Hey guys, my name is Dominic and I'm the founder and owner of Monolith Moving Company, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the best dolly for every budget. We're going to be going over 4 budgets, which are $50, $100, $250, and finally $500. For each tier, I'm going to give you my personal recommendation based on real world experiences, and we're going to run down the pros and cons of each of these dolly. At the end of this video, I'm going to crown one dolly as the overall best dolly in terms of versatility, durability, long-term value, and price. As a quick disclaimer for this list, I'm strictly going to be talking about single axle hand trucks, so we're not going to be including any carts or four-wheel dollies or anything of that nature. This is only dollies that you'll use for general purposes for boxes, furniture, and other large items. Not going to be including any type of appliance dollies or safe dollies in this list as well. Tier 1, the best dolly under $50. For my pick, I'm going to go with the double rhombus 6-wheel stair climbing dolly, and here's why. The biggest pro here is pretty obvious. At around $49, you're getting a dolly that can climb up the stairs with ease. The second pro that I have for this dolly is that it is incredibly lightweight. Coming in at about 10 pounds, this thing is super lightweight compared to most dollies. Combine that with the fact that this folds down to compact it even more, and you have a recipe for a dolly that's able to be carried around or folded up and put into the trunk super easily, and you can bring this thing anywhere you need to move some items. If you're a homeowner that needs to move items around occasionally or struggles with bringing boxes upstairs, I would highly recommend this dolly. Now let's get into some of the cons. My biggest con for this dolly is the weight capacity. It's advertised at 180 pounds, but I think that's being generous. I wouldn't trust this thing moving any heavy dressers, or refrigerators, washers, or dryers, or anything like that. Another issue that I found is with the 6-wheel system, it can be kind of hard to turn. So when you're trying to go around tight corners or tight bends, this dolly probably isn't the best choice. One more thing is that with the small wheels, this makes this less than ideal for all terrains. So if you're bringing this through grass or over gravel, I would pick another dolly. Overall, this is a great choice if you're looking for something lightweight, portable, and very affordable as well. If you only move a few items here and there, or if you struggle to get boxes upstairs, I think this might be a great choice for you. Moving on to tier 2, my choice for the best dolly under $100 is the Vevor stair climbing dolly. In my opinion, this might be the most underrated dolly on this entire list. My first pro is the value you get from this dolly. At around $85, you get performance of a dolly that is significantly more expensive for a way lower cost. The 3-wheel system also makes it surprisingly easy to take items upstairs. And with this dolly, it feels significantly sturdier than the previous dolly we showed. I remember one time we were moving an office and we had 4 large filing cabinets that were completely full to the brim with papers, and this dolly was able to bring all 4 of them up with ease. My final pro for this dolly is that Vevor has great customer service. We contact them, and in about 24 to 48 hours they contact us right back. Now let's get into the cons. My first con is similar to the previous dolly in that turning with this 6-wheel system can be kind of awkward. Any tight turns or cornering is probably going to be best suited for a different dolly. Another con that we've experienced is the durability of the wheels is not so great. We've had to contact Vevor multiple times for multiple different wheels. However, every time that we have had to contact them, they sent us replacements as soon as they could. And my final con with this dolly is that going over rough terrain with the smaller wheels can be a bit of a challenge, and also going up stairs that have lips on them, you are running the risk of potentially damaging those stairs because the metal on the axle is able to kind of scrape along those stairs when you go up. My final verdict on this dolly is that if you're looking for something for under $100 that's very durable and has many versatile capabilities, I highly recommend this dolly. You really can't go wrong with it. Moving on to tier 3, the best dolly for under $250 is the mighty heavy-duty stair climber dolly. For my first pro, the biggest pro that I can think of is durability. We've brought these things on thousands of jobs, and they have held a test of time through all types of terrain and all types of furniture, boxes, and whatever we've thrown at them. These things have been great. With a little bit of maintenance, like tightening the bolts and changing out the rails every now and then, these things can last forever. Another pro that goes along with this is the weight capacity. This has a listed weight capacity of around 600 pounds, and I honestly think it could handle more. We personally have taken 500-pound plus gun safes, we've taken refrigerators, washers, dryers, all of that with this dolly, and it has handled them with ease. The all-terrain wheels on this dolly also make it ideal for going over things like gravel and grass and not being stopped by any of that. The rear stair rails also make it a lot easier for bringing this dolly up and down stairs with heavy loads on it. Now let's get into the cons. At around 50 inches tall, it can be kind of awkward to bring this dolly upstairs, especially when you have a heavy load. You may have to crouch down and get in kind of an awkward position with your back, and you may even have to round your back a little bit in order to pull this dolly up properly, especially when you're handling heavier loads. The P-shaped handle on this dolly also doesn't allow for any forearm or shoulder support, so when you're taking heavier items, all of the weight is going to be on one or two hands depending on where you have it positioned. My last con with this dolly is that the plastic rails on the back tend to wear down a bit faster than other dollies that I've seen. Now, there are options to replace them, and you don't really have to replace them for a while, but if you did want to replace them with something more durable, I'll link a description to that down below. My final verdict on this dolly is that if you want a dolly that can handle many types of terrains, all types of furniture, any type of box that you throw at it, definitely check this one out. Last but certainly not least is my Tier 4, the best dolly for under $500. I have a bit of a unique pick for this category, and for this one I'm going to go with a custom magliner dolly, and I'll link the serial number to this dolly in the description as well as in this video. The first pro for this dolly that I see is the 68-inch frame. This tall frame allows you to take huge loads of boxes, any type of tall dressers, refrigerators, or any other large furniture that you might encounter. The extended 9-inch aluminum base plate also makes it easier for you to ensure that the loads are able to be carried safely whenever you're taking them. The rear stair rails on this dolly are also a bit better than the Mighty in terms of the durability, and I actually recommend these as the replacement for the Mighty rails. My final pro is that the wheels are solid and they don't require any maintenance or air, but they are still able to go over all types of terrain. Now my first con is also unfortunately the first pro, and that is the size. At 68 inches, this thing is not easy to bring around wherever you need to go. If you have a box truck or a pickup truck that you can toss this in the back of, then there should be really no problem. However, if you have a smaller car and you're needing to bring this around somewhere, it might be a bit more challenging. My next con is also the weight. At around 30 pounds, it might not seem like that much. However, if you're using this thing all day, that 30 pounds quickly adds up throughout the workday, and it can definitely put some extra strain on your forearms. My final verdict on this dolly is that if you're someone who moves a lot of tall furniture or needs to move a lot of boxes upstairs on a frequent basis, this might be a great choice for you. This absolutely is a top tier dolly, and it does come at a premium cost, but that premium cost comes with a premium durability. Now that we've covered all 4 tiers, it's time to crown one dolly as the best dolly overall. When I factor in durability, versatility, weight, price, and overall value, the one choice that I have is pretty clear for me. The Mighty P-handle stair climber dolly. It's not the tallest dolly, and it's not the flashiest dolly, but what it does do is perform consistently. We've abused these things for years, and they just keep on working. For around $220, it is extremely hard to beat the value of this dolly. If you're looking for something that's able to consistently perform, and you're looking for something that is versatile and is able to take heavy loads as well as boxes and furniture, and just an overall great value, I highly recommend this dolly. So there you have it, the best dollies under $50, $100, $250, and $500, as well as my best overall dolly. If this was able to help you out, please like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments below. Again, all of the items listed will be in the description below. And if you need any help moving in the Chicagoland or St. Louis area, please feel free to reach out to me at 630-703-6077 or check out our website at monolithmovingcompany.com. Thank you guys, and have a good day.